You'd probably appreciate some sound, wouldn't you? Pew, 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 pew. Hey, I know this guy. I think that's the guy we're gonna kill, like, today. Oh wait, no. That's Bahamut. Was it the old trailer that had Midgard Somgirbrr? I think it was. Whew. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we are going to play Final Fantasy XIV. And specifically, we're going to go find that dragon corpse and kill it again. I'll teach him for being dead. Also, welcome. I think this is volume 6 of the Final Fantasy XIV movies. Which means we're entering hour like 61 here. Forgot how to play the game. Which is the case every week. Like, to keep something in your mind, like, once a week is not enough. Good morning, Jahuzix. Sorry, Josh. How are you doing today? If these were real people, I could probably pull a lot more than this. But I just don't trust them. Great, gearing up for the holidays and enjoying some time off. Nice. Things are a little rougher over here in the Sugarheart household. I was pretty sick earlier, but now my whole family's sick, barfing everywhere. It's been fun. So I'm gonna make soup and lots of toast and making little crafty heating pads out of rice and socks. I look great. Well, I don't feel great, but I don't feel bad. But yeah, it's gonna be a good Christmas. I gotta say, I fell behind a lot more than I thought I would. Because I haven't even put up the Christmas tree yet, and it's a little late. Also, I have to wrap the presents, probably tonight. Alright, some kind of bird thing. Whatcha? I feel like he's got some gimmicks I need to be aware of. Can't remember what they are. Right. Something about a bunch of missiles? Oh, right. Don't hit those? Maybe that was it? Where are we going, guys? You let me know. I thought maybe it was like one of those cases where you had to like slap them away. The good thing about the NPCs is they always know the mechanic. What are you doing? Oh no! It hit me and I felt it. Picaroon's Armalay. Alright. I feel like that got easier. Whew. Hey, it's me, Luigi. Let me in. Just saying, there's not enough Imperials named Luigi. Yeah. Stop it. Oof. Earrings of Slaying. Nice. Gas Queen. Oh, my face. I don't know how I feel about dungeons, actually. Because I'm thinking about it, and it's kind of like my least and most favorite part of the game. Like, they've got some of the coolest scenes, the coolest music. Like, it's an opportunity to use, like, all of your skills for, like, the first time. But, like, a lot of it still feels like busy work, too. Like, I'm glad I get to finally do these with NPCs, so, like, I don't have to feel any kind of pressure or anxiety at all. Oh. Maybe I won't live there. Just wanted to casually dodge it for a moment. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. You guys always stay to the left of him. I feel like it's like a hint. Maybe you know something I don't. I know, I feel like that one got easier too, which it probably did. Otherwise you're gonna explode. Or maybe you're not. Those AoEs just center on a random party member. I'm just used to the party running all over the place. For those to seem like scattered all over. But it makes sense. Whew. The gunship retreats to the sky. I didn't even see it. It was a gunship. I assumed it was a dragon just lobbing bombs down at me.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet?
Me. Me when the kids come in at 6 a.m.
Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Yeah. Good morning. Roads suck, but you made it to work. Yay. Do I fight these guys? Nope. That was a mistake. Oof. I got on called last night. Like, on top of my kids being sick. And my wife being sick. Like, to wake me up in the middle of the night to do work. And I still gotta work in a little bit. Can we kill these guys a little bit faster? I don't know what Midsummer's Aether is, but it doesn't sound like it'd be great. He's casting Anime Convention. Hello, friends. Wow. Just keeps going. Oh, that doesn't hurt like at all. Neat. Oh, but this will. Hey! Ikarim's Jacket of Maiming. Commentation to the healer this time. Nope, apparently my story armor is cooler than everything I picked up.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
Okay.
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star.
Just told him the story of the three wise men.
My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn.
He's talking about Mariah Carey.
Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive. Seven children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Why are you harming yourself? He says, holding me down and beating me with my own arms. It took me 60 hours to get those.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker.
Mayhap.
Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
A touch rude of him, right? Like, why though? Don't be jelly.
The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth our beginning and an end.
Is it weird to say he sounds better in dragon? I wouldn't say that. He probably sounds better in dragon. He's got that thoom behind his voice. I may summon Midgard Summer by selecting the corresponding entry within the minion guide. I'm going minionless. I don't need him. I was beginning to fear the worst. Were those explosions I saw? But you shouldn't waste time talking with me. Alpha No left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. Huzzah. Alfie, no. I killed a dragon. It was neat. Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Minfilia informed me of Sir Amaric's request. You've completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it? Then I would hear your report. It got weird. You conversed with Midgard Sormir? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it as with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Warm Lord did not perish and has, in sooth, laid dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection and more a rejuvenation, for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Amaric immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Sormir in its entirety. Even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Amaric's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Is there something you're not telling us, Old? You seem different somehow. It is almost as if you're missing something important. 12 for Fen, Midgard Sormir stripped you of the blessing of light. Are you alright? How do you feel? Never stressed. Just never blessed either. I see it as a relief to hear you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Sormir made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the great worm. Althik and Nimia, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgard Sormir ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not with the gods, 'twas not the gods with whom he'd treated, but Heidelin herself? Well, if he is watching over you, as he claimed, mayhap you'll have an opportunity to ask. Let's keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends. Yeah, let's just keep more secrets, shall we? Stack them up. Call Totoro in here. I want to, like, keep some secrets with her, too. Oh, we could have secrets with him. Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? I thought that said prawn at first. I was like, oh. Shrimp? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? A lot? I mean, it's been 60 hours. I wanted to say I followed your Chef RPG series on YouTube and it was fun. Oh, thank you. I had a good time with Chef RPG.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
In Chef RPG, regarding the meat you couldn't find for your legendary recipe, you think it was the meat of the pigs that live in the volcano? That would have made things a lot easier and made me a lot of money. It was, I don't know if it was confirmed, but somebody did say I could get that meat by maximizing my friendship with the butcher. Alfie must have spun quite a tale to avoid the awkward way we learned that info. Maybe he just did like the Warrior of Light thing and just like smiled and nodded. The Ishgardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong their magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgard Sommer who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance and pray that our fears are unfounded. Here I forget, I believe Moonbrita has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there's been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. Hey yo. All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's hop into the solar, shall we?
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
It really kicked up the voice acting for this, like, section.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute! Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian's soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Aye, Suna.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arceans will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalymo shall accompany you.
Okay.
Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white aurosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you're able. Go well, and be safe.
You love her? Moon is great? I agree. Why, hello there. It would seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I wish it were otherwise, I must ask you head straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already been deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Wheelred will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilberd at the headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Your duties take you to Northern Thadland, do they not? Yeah? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Flamen travels to Ul'dah. We shall serve as her escort. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are beset on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we shall fall. How extraordinary that my little Acilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. What's your skincare routine, Cat Grandma? I am proud that I might now stand by her side, not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections, but I fear Ul'dah has become a place of danger even for one so familiar with her streets. Ah, woe betide the blackguard that so much glares in your direction, my lady. I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way then? Yo. Alright, we are going to exactly here. Cool. Does the sun straight up never rise here? Anyway, surprise attack. Commander Levier sent word that you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Amalja. But returning to the task at hand, the Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raubon's push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. Hi, kitty. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time. Speak with Lieutenant Edelstein that we might coordinate our counter strategy. In the meantime, I'll inform the others that you've arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. You having a good morning, kitty? Private Sugarheart, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. That would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draftsmen, you see, have come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices. Devices of Imperial design, no less. By my order, the Flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it troubles me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubled news on the latest developments of the Imperial Army. I would once again ask for your aid. Okay. We have been keeping a close eye on the Garlean garrison, and 'twould seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the castrum are too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. They will likely mount a swift attack and focus on the acquisition of the resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field and meet this assault head on. I've apprised your fellow scions of the situation, and I am heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray report to Lieutenant Alien, and lend your much welcome strength to the counteroffensive. Alien! Everybody's here. Glad to have you with us, Old. As I'm sure Lieutenant Edelstein has explained, the Garleans have deployed a small force from Castor Meridium. Their main column assembles to the north of Dalamud's Talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach from the west. They wish you to rush forth and commit to battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Ilberd. Greetings, Scion. I understand that Commander bid you and your fellows welcome. Fellows, come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the Fourth should have little trouble contending with the aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The Third was getting restless, holed up in Ul'dah, so I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plant's defenses and to add their numbers to your counterattack. Reinforcements are welcome. We've enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. It would be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take this fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Scion shall join the Fourth and give battle to this main column. You're with the Third then, Warrior of Light. Your job will be to intercept the squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Yuyuhase. His scouts should have a rough idea where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Oh, he's not that far away. Very short trip. A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Scion. Our operations invariably succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to a greater coin. Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts. I imagine I butchered that. We'll need to split ourselves up and as well to cover more ground and make sure we root out all these would-be raiders. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I assigned you your own areas to scour clean of enemy soldiers. This will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. Oh, here's the spot. Cohort Hoplomachus. I want to be a Hoplomachus. I want to be a Hoplomachus for Christmas. Not a signifier or a legatus. Yep. Well, try not to hit the earth sprites. I worry about things that, like, can't possibly go wrong, really. Like, there's no way these guys are taking me down, like, even, like, a third of my health. And if they had help, it really wouldn't make a huge difference. But still. I want to play optimally. You seem grim, Scion. I'll take that to mean a battle that between us, more than a few Garleans won't be making it back to Castrum. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I'd be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another of those Magitech horrors. It is time that we bid this war-torn land farewell and contact the Fourth, and let Lieutenant Alien know that the West is now clear. I would appreciate it if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. I'm sure her name's not pronounced Alien, but it's just... How can you resist? Private Sugarheart, any news of the Garleans? Their raiding parties are no more? Excellent. The Amagina engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plan is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. Uninvited Asian. How close am I to... Oh, what is it? This is the quest for the chrysalis. You know what? I think I got time. My kids are sick, so I don't have to take them to school today. I did start late. You must be anxious for word from your fellows. Lieutenant Alien has reported a sound victory over the main column and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is, a Rogan lady with a large axe. It would appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sort such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you would check on her before you continue on your way. Doop, doop, de doop, de doo. Shoo.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know, as Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
He senses me. A useful talent.
An Ascian. Are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth. Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh, dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us? Nabriales, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet. But this staff... You say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods! He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising...
Rising stones. Sorry, I got excited. Pressed the A button too fast. Nyom. I think we're about to do the chrysalis soon. If anybody wants to join, we'll probably hop on the primal data center. You're here. Master Louis Soir's staff is kept in the solar, isn't it? Quickly now. Do I have plans on when to do the required Crystal Tower raids?
You too.
When it makes me.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Hebrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow the staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
Hey. The hell, man? The graphics update really improved the expressions here? I'm gonna have to see what it looked like before.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
See if I just queue up instantly. Average wait time 16 minutes. I don't have that kind of time. Data center. Primal. Hyperion. That's where we're going. So if you want to join, you can hop on with us. That trial is weird. Is it the one with Cerberus? That's... Have I done this wrong? I think I've done this wrong. Alright. Go to Dynamice. You log in as Old Sugarheart. Nope. I will stay in the queue of 2 people. So congested. Wow. I'm behind Karen talking to the manager. You just bleed out there, Moonbreeda. I'll be back. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Can I not do that travel from here? Alright, we're gonna head to Limsa. I have to travel through the character screen. Well. Not backup. Subcommands. Visit another data center. Yes. Primal Hyperion. Yes. And for those of you watching in the future, I just hear this is what Dynamis is like currently. And I've definitely experienced being in the queue for 4 hours for like low-level trials. Which was not normal. At least, like, I used to play on Ultros. That was my favorite. And things went by really quickly there. Okay. Let's see. Wildflower probably exists. Just stand here on the ledge. Give you a chance to run up. Yeah, Dynamis is low population. The benefit is that like you get double XP there. Which I think is going to come in handy because there's a part of the game you get stuck on with like normal progression where like you run into a wall and it's like you need to be the higher level and then you grind dungeons for a while. It's not like a huge deal, but it's annoying. And besides, after we get to Heaven's Ward, we're gonna change professions to astrologian. And that is gonna that's gonna be a little bit of a grind because you have to go from like level 30 to whatever level is acceptable at that point. 50, 60. Hopping over to Limsa. Hey, it's snowing. Tsuyaku Yatsugiri. That sounds familiar. Is that you? Tomi? All right, let's queue up. The Chrysalis. Average wait time less than 5 minutes. So I spent like 6 minutes trying to get my queue down to 5 minutes. I think that was worth it. 30 to 50, yeah. Honestly, I think being astrologian for the entirety of Heaven's Ward's gonna make me nervous. Like, I feel a lot of pressure as a tank. That's why I'm getting it out of the way early. And I'm gonna feel even more as a healer. Because if you lose, it's always the healer's fault. Well, not always. But when you win, it's the healer's fault too. Less than 5 is the shortest it can display. Nice. Nice fan dance. You're adorable, by the way. Ah, you don't have an adventurer plate. Me neither. I really should get around to that at some point. It's only professional. Might want to tell the melee DPS to use the limit break on the ethereal tier. It helps a lot. I mean, I'm the Sprout here. I'm just gonna trust. There's no way they'd like... I know it helps a lot. Actually, I think I know this one now. There's gonna be meteors falling on my head. and I will catch them. As you're leveling all, you use it to help play with a friend? Neat. I don't have any cool emotes. I sit at you. Just so we can look eye to eye. I've got Serpent Salute. That's as special as I get. Yeah, the limit break just helps end that phase before it gets too sketchy. I believe in us. But yeah. Honestly, I go through most of my life pretending limit breaks don't exist. Usually you save the limit break for the melee, unless like the tank or the healer has divine inspiration and just sees that they need to do it or we all die. Like, it's never come in handy. There's always like never met a melee DPS who's a little gun shy, you know? And so, like, it's never needed to be me. But when we get to Stormblood, I think I'm gonna be a ninja or a monk. Probably ninja. Never been a ninja. Healer LBs are for recovery from near wipe. Tank LBs are highly situational. Yeah. Like, somebody needs to know how to use them, but that somebody never needs to be me. Monk is fun. I do enjoy Monk. The thing is, I've never been a ninja. I've never been a samurai either. That one's kind of on there. But like, Stormblood's gonna be my melee DPS one. So like, going through all the things, we've got tank, healer, melee DPS, ranged physical DPS, and then magical DPS. And I think that covers all the expansions. Your main is level 100 in all jobs. Neat. Wow. That would take so long. Like, I have a real hard time sticking with a game that long. The Steam Replay just came out this year, and the game I had the most time in was fights in tight spaces this year. I've got nearly 900 hours in that game. And that's because that's the game I play when I don't have time to play games. My wife will be like, "Can you drive me to the hospital?" I'll be like, "Get your shoes on," and I've got time for one quick fight in a tight space. And that time adds up. But like, if I ever committed to like a single game, Final Fantasy XIV's probably like at the top of the list right now. Was a painful grind, don't recommend? Yeah, I can imagine. I'm just curious, what are your favorite classes then? Like, what's your favorite tank? What's your favorite healer? Favorite DPS? If I had to choose right now, Paladin's my favorite tank. Astrologian's my favorite healer. And I think Dancer is my favorite DPS. You don't mind that grind? It's not bad with the daily bonuses and whatnot. Yeah. Like, I really like Wondrous Tales. And so, like, that makes it very worth it for me a lot. Playing the little scratcher game. Hey, we're in. I'm nervous. I'm very glad you're here. Favorite healer is White Mage. Warrior is so fun at max level. I will keep that in mind. Maybe I went tank too soon. Here, kitty. My kitty's here. Mostly to tell me it's breakfast time. Here we go, we've got this. Kitty, don't headbutt the mic too much. It's a stressful fight as it is. Not too stressful, but stressful. Meow. Don't headbutt the mic. I don't think he has any ads or anything. Oh, look, he's got balls. If I remember right, you touch him in alternating orders? There seems to be a dead dancer out there. Whoop. She's back. Is that his entire health bar? Because it's draining pretty quickly. Or does he just like go into phase 2, I wonder? Touch you. I think things are going well. and slapped an arm's length on him so his like AoE wouldn't do too much to us. Alright, everybody in the hole. Well, like, am I supposed to catch all of these? Because I'll do it. Towers are for tanks only. I thought like a few too many people were in there. Like, we're getting into the part where like you need to be somewhat familiar with the mechanics. Yay! Thank you. Let's see. Commendation for... I don't know, Xenia's pretty cool. Alright, thank you so much. I had a great time. Is this ARR? It is ARR. We're like near the end of it. It says I'm supposed to confront Narioblis in here, but I'm pretty sure he's dead. You don't remember this at all? Do you remember her, Moonbrita?
You're safe. Thank the 12.
My kitty.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
Do it.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
What? What trickery is this? No. No! You cannot! No!
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free! Concentrate! Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light. Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me! I shall make you pay for your insolence!
Kame.
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light.
Huh?
Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louisoix, I understand now the choice you made. In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You daft old coot.
Moonbreeder, no! You mustn't!
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
It's okay, kids. We just killed him and destroyed his soul. We're the good guys.
Moonbreeder. She's gone. You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead. This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Urianger know?
My friend, There is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens, yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not?
Distinct.
Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louisoix. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hitherto the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Charlayan behind, Master Louisoix gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisoix I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisoix hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisoix's wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart. Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louisoix's will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
Ooh, Never have seen Urianger so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. We shall gather in the Charlian Manor to celebrate Moonbreeda's life and mourn her passing. You? And with that cheerful note, I wish you all a Merry Christmas. And I will see you before the new year. I had a good time. Yeah. I'm at a loss for words. It's really not like Moonbreeda herself, although she is cool. But like, everybody really likes Urianger. Makes it hit like twice as hard. Anyway, I had a great time. According to my stream, I only have 1 viewer, so we won't be rating anybody today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and thank you, Wildflower, for hopping on and helping us with the Chrysalis. That was fun. Have a happy holiday, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.